All right, welcome back to another Japan Book Hunter. So I quit my job yesterday. Yesterday was my last day of my day job, which I've been working for the last 6 years while building up the book business. So now I have time to get back into our YouTube videos. So lately I've been doing a lot of hunting tokusatsu books. I had a request from my friend BSSP Monster Museum to find this rare 1967 Kaiju Dissection book. And I did find one for him. It was in pretty rough condition, but they're super hard to find, really coveted by everyone. I posted it on Instagram, Japan Book Hunter, and people lost their shit. And yeah, so I was thinking to myself, you know, somewhere there must have been a reprint of this. Shoji Otomo, the illustrator, the famous kaiju illustrator, did tons of stuff. And I know that there were some books and box sets made just about him. So I did find something. I found this box set. There's 3 books. There's a CD. There's a card with an interview in it. This is the Kaiju Big Encyclopedia reproduction. And let's take a look at these books. This is actually out of my personal collection, but I've tracked down a few of these recently. Who knows? I might have one in stock over on Japan Book Hunter, but the ones that I had for sale before, I didn't want to really mess with too much because they were in perfect condition. These are in perfect condition too, but they're my own, so I don't mind messing with them. And this is the original Kaiju Dissection Zukan, the encyclopedia, which is, see how stiff it is? Because it's never been opened. It's got like a little crease you can fold there, but let's try not to manhandle it too much. But these are amazing. Ultraman and Kaiju Dissections. Kemura, Buruton, Dorako, Apurasu. Oh, that's so good. The Godzilla one is just so good. King Ghidorah. Yeah. So these first pages, these are all Shoji Otomo illustrations. Then in the back here, these layouts and these illustrations are by various other artists, including him. This is published by Asahi Sotorama. And the illustrations in the back are fire too. It's all heavy stock paper, like cardboard. Man, if you like dissected one of these books, you can literally like turn each one of these pieces into like frame it. Lots of kaiju monster battles, Ultraman attacks. Arr. So this is the Kaiju Dissection book, but the rad thing about this 1997 collection of reproductions is you get more than just this dissection book. The original of this from 1967, if it was in good condition, about $150, $200. The one that I got from my friend, because he's a buddy, and it was pretty beat up. There was a little bit of, you know, these savages back in the 60s, these kids would draw on them. They would like put little notes. I think on one page, the Gamera page, the kid wrote Gamera really big on the top. But these reproductions you can find crispy clean. Here's the card. You get a couple kaiju cards. And there is Shoji Otomo. You get some kaiju profiles. I think that these were originally postcards. This is an epic Ultraman poster. So you get a lot in this box set. These go for, depending on, I mean, this one's super clean. I'd probably sell it for $120, $125. But in a little bit lesser condition, maybe $110. I think I sold a couple for $110. Comes with a CD, which I haven't listened to yet, but I'm going to listen to as soon as we're done with this video. And this one, the Big Encyclopedia of Yokai. So Japanese ghosts and monsters. And this too, you get the 100-eyed monster. Big ass bird attacking an airplane. Are they on a slip and slide or about to be eaten? Oh, those dudes are dead. Yeah, and you get some really cool yokai in here. Some Western ones as well. look, you get the mummy. And then you have descriptions on the back page of what's on the front page. Some lizard man action. Look at that kappa. Love me a kappa. They take the balls out of your anus. That's what they do when you go in the water. Dining with a skeleton. Kitsune and kitty cat. Kitsune is a fox. So yeah, we get some Western monsters in the yokai one as well. This one's just a demon, Oni. Again, excellent condition. And then you get the Kaiju Big Encyclopedia. This one also has an obi. Everything in here is just perfectly clean, which is why it went in my personal collection. Barutan. Alien Barutan. So really, if you think about it, you pick up the box set, you get 3 books, a CD, poster, some cards and stuff. If you're trying to get any of these books individually, you'd pay a lot more. You'd probably pay, $60, $70 for a reprint outside the box. Dude, why you gonna destroy the radio antenna, man? So after I found this set, then I was like, okay, I need to find some more kaiju dissection books. And I knew that there was one from 1972 that was really good. So I tracked down that one, sold it to a friend. And then I was like, you know what? I bet you there's reprints of those too. So I went out and I tracked down these. These are Shogakukan Ultraman Kaiju Dissection books. So these are all the same book, variant covers, variant editions from various years. I think the original, as you can see here, is in 1972. This one is the 1986 edition. 1986 edition. But these are amazing as well for kaiju dissection. See, these savage kids. Look, why you gotta draw on his face, man? You get some movie clip pictures in the beginning. Then you get right into the dissections. Perokuron. Astron. Barutan. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that sick? And you get some like behind the scene, like little movie clip or like behind offcuts, we call them in Japanese. Behind the scenes pics. Pesta. Of course, Garamon. So I don't gamble, but when I used to play pachinko back in the day, I would always play the Ultraman. And whenever you get the Garamon, 3 Garamon pop up on the screen, you know you're going to hit. And then those balls start a-rolling. Twin tail. So these are all going to go up on JapanBookHunter.com where I sell my books. Or I might post some on Instagram where I'm also selling my books. I tend to sell rare and more expensive stuff that I can't restock easily on Instagram. And then everything else goes up on JapanBookHunter.com. Mostly manga, art books, erotica, and tokusatsu, SF stuff like this. See, this is just an amazing book. But see, look at this savage kid drew in this one, which is why I bought 3. So this is the 1989 edition, 1990 edition, 89 or 87, something like that. And again, it's the same book, but no little brat wrote all up in this piece. Not like that other one. So the older the book, the more likely some savage wrote in it. And then this is the Barutan cover one. Again, same book. And then finally, in 72 as well, they put out this one. So this one's a variant of the series. This is still Shogakukan, same publisher, but it's a different version of Kaiju Dissections. And there we go. So I think a lot of the art crosses over. The layout is different, but like this Kanegon is the same as the Kanegon that we saw earlier. And these off-cut pictures are the same, but the layout's a little bit different. God, these just must have been so popular with the kids that they just couldn't keep them in stock. So they just kept on printing and printing. I think by 1990, they were on print run 47. So they're out there in the wild, but trying to find them in good condition is a challenge, my friends. And that is my recent obsession with kaiju dissection and everything that is Shoji Otomo. All right, you guys all know it already, but on Japan Book Hunter on TikTok, Japan Book Hunter on Instagram, where I'm also selling books, japanbookhunter.com, where I sell my books, and of course, right here, YouTube, Japan Book Hunter. I'm going to be a guest on a couple podcasts. I have some podcast guests coming up soon. We're going to try to hammer out a couple of these videos per week now that I don't have a day job. No day job. So let's see how it goes. And until next time, my friends, mata ne.